Hello world. Welcome. My name is Andrea Claudia. I am the CEO of Global Speakers Talk, and today I want to welcome you in our 7th summit of Global Live Speakers Talk with the topic Mind-Body Connection. We, Global Speakers Talk, we are a powerful international company which organizes online events such as this monthly summit. So if you are interested to be a speaker in the future, this is a perfect place to be. So why we do what we are doing? First of all, because we believe deep down in our soul, in our core, that every voice possible, every message has a story that wants to see the light, wants to be told, needs to be told, because eventually your story, your message, your voice will help shape the world. Yes, we are truly caring for your voice to be up there in the light to illuminate the world. We are a loving and a caring family, and we want to start by instilling in you the same belief that we have. The belief that your voice, your message, your story is more powerful than you think. Really, you don't have any idea about how your voice, your energy, your story, your message from one part of the world can reverberate and impact someone from the other part of the globe. So let's give an example. You are talking in Canada, but your voice, your energy goes to Japan or to Australia, and there it touches one heart, and that heart is making an action based on your words. That for me is really fantastic. And without further ado, I just want to present you now our host for this edition, for the 7th edition. Our host is a wonderful soul, a wonderful leader, a great spirit, is Elena Apalkova. She is motivational, she's a mindset and transformational coach, and she also is working as a consultant to the Proctor Gallagher Institute. So hear me closely. She works very closely to the great Bob Proctor. So without further ado, welcome, Elena, and thank you for taking this opportunity. So the stage is yours.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
It is a big pleasure for me to be with you today and share the knowledge which I learned from my mentor Bob Proctor with you. And this topic about mind and body is very important for us to understand why we get results which we get and how we can improve them. Do you see now my screen?
Yes.
Great. So we start from here. That we become what we think about. And we can have control over thoughts that we think. And our results in life are produced by our thoughts and the quality of our thoughts. And we can change every situation we are in if we understand how our mind works and how does it relate to our body. What is the connection between our mind and our body? And if you implement the knowledge which I share with you today, I can guarantee that your life will change very much. because this knowledge, which Bob shared with big corporate companies, and they implemented this knowledge, their sales increased billions of dollars. And also this knowledge already changed so many people's lives. And I was very happy that topic of today was chosen about mind and body, because this is the basic, it is like a fundament of every building. And if we want to have great results in our life, we have to know ourselves. We have to know what is our mind, how it looks like, what is our body, why we have the results we have, why we do things which we do, and how we can change them if we are not satisfied with our results, how we can change and start building life of our dreams. And now I want to ask you a question. Who you are? When I ask you this question, what comes to your mind first when I ask you who you are? You might think that Adriana can think I am Adriana, Matthias can think I'm Matthias. Yes, that first of what comes in our mind is our name. But our name, it is not us, it is just two words. For example, Elena Apalkova, that it is my name, and it is two words, yes, that were given to me when my parents wanted to name me. But it is not me, it is just two words. And what came to your mind when I ask who you are? You might think that this is me, this is my body, yes? But actually, our body is not we, it is not us. Because we don't say that, we say, for example, my hand, my head, my nose, yes, but we don't say that I am hand or I am head. Yes, so we say my hand, my body. So it means that body is just a part of us, just a part of us, but who we are really. And from this understanding, everything changes. So today I will explain you how Bob Proctor learned from his teacher, from his mentor, who he is and how this dramatically changed his life and already lives of thousands of people in the world just by knowing the picture of your mind and your body and all the picture who we are. So if I ask you to imagine your front door, just imagine now your front door. How does it look? What color is it? Does it open left to the right or right to the left? Where is the handle, on the right side or on the left side? You can imagine this very easily, right? You know what is the color because you mentally just go to your door, through your corridor or through your apartment or house, and you see the picture of your door, right? And the same if I ask you anything, what you can see around. For example, what is the picture of your car? 2 doors or 4 doors? What is the color of your car? What is the color of the seat? And you can picture it, right? You just go mentally and see your car. And the same I can ask you about many things. And now I want to ask you to think about your mind. To picture your mind, what is your mind? How you can describe it? And here is a question because we don't know what does our mind look like. We don't have the picture. Nobody else have seen the mind yet. And people just think that their mind is their brain, right? That if we want to think about mind, we just go and think about brain, but our mind is not our brain. Brain is just a switching station to receive and send signals, and it is not our mind. Our mind is movement, and the body, actually, the brain is also part of our body, is instrument of our mind. And this is very important to understand that our results in life are a reflection of vibrations our body is in, and these vibrations our body is in, we choose by choosing our thoughts. We are living in three planes of understanding. We are spiritual beings. We have intellect, and we live in physical body. And our mind, we have the power to create any life which we want. And we can see any picture, we can create any picture, and we can't create the picture of our mind. But this is exactly what we have to do. We need to have the picture of our mind if we want to change something, because people try to change something that they don't have picture of it. And you and me think in pictures. So in order to change something, we need to see that picture. This is how our mind operates. We should see the picture, we should see it clearly, and only then we can change it. So here I can tell you about a definition which one doctor from California in 1934, he found that the problem is because in companies, in health industry, in everything, is because the people just want to change the course instead of they just want to change the symptoms, yes, symptoms, instead of changing the course. And it is very important to have the permanent change is to find the cause of anything that happens and change the route, yes, change the course. And today we will discover with you the picture which is called stick person, and this picture shows very good how mind and body connected and how our mind operates. So this is a stick person. Yes, so the big circle represents our mind, and our mind is a movement. It's in the each cell of our body, and the small circle represents body. And if you can, as you can see, the upper part of the mind is conscious mind, and lower part is called subconscious mind, and the small circle is body. So our conscious mind also is called thinking mind. Yes, so in our conscious mind, all the process happens. And our subconscious mind is called emotional mind. So this is where our emotions are. And our emotions set our body in certain vibrations. So if we are in positive emotions, our body will be in high positive vibrations and we will feel very good. If our emotions are negative, our body will be in negative vibrations, in low vibrations, and we will feel very bad. So the feelings is a reflection of the vibrations our body is. And if we see that we don't feel well, we always can go to our thoughts and find what thoughts we had, what emotions we got involved, and why our body started feel bad, why our body is in a bad vibrations. Yes, so now we can trace the course of our feelings, because we can see that initially all starts with thinking mind, when the universal power which we get and which goes through us, it is neutral, and we give this power positive or negative. So we make it positive or negative. So by choosing thoughts, we can always control the vibes our body is. Yes, we can control our emotions. So this stick person is very important to understand how it works. Yes, that if we think in negative, if we let the world outside impact us, and we start thinking negative thoughts, we become emotional, and these emotionals set us in bad vibrations. And we as humans, we have choice what to think. We can always change thoughts if we don't like how we feel. So we are very different from other creatures that were created. And the humans only are created by God's image, who gave us the choice to be the creators of our life. And he gave us ability to think what we want, feel what we want, and it is automatically will become our reality if we implement through repetition, impress it in our subconscious mind. Okay, so how is our conscious mind connected to this world? We have these sensor factors such as ability to see, hear, smell, taste, and touch. And from these senses, the outside world feeds our conscious mind. And instead of just reacting, we can choose the thoughts which are in alignment with our goals. And we can get the idea and keep this idea in our conscious mind of what we want, and through repetition this idea will go to subconscious mind, and we become emotional about this idea. And what we recommend to do is to write your goal on the card and read this card as many times as you can. When you wake up in the morning, before you go to sleep, just read this card and hold it always with you, and read it during the day many times. So this way, your dream, your goal will be implemented in your subconscious mind, and you will become emotional about this. And when you become emotional about your goal, and through repetition, your subconscious mind doesn't understand the difference between reality, what is real, and what is imagined. So you can use these high faculties such as imagination, visualization, intuition, perception, memory, reason, and start creating life of your dreams. So instead of just reacting to outside world, you can know what you want and implement it in your subconscious mind. And when it goes to your subconscious mind, according to the law of attraction, your body will be put in the same vibrations as your goal is, because everything what you want already exists in its vibration. What you need to do just to match that vibration. So this we do through repetition and putting it in our subconscious mind. And when it goes there, your body get vibrations. And when it get vibrations, it automatically start attracting to it the same energy which we send out. And this is how it works. In our conscious mind, we think about our dreams. We choose the thoughts which are aligned with our dream, and we see ourselves using imagination. We see ourselves as a person who already has that. We have to become that person now and raise our vibrations to feel, think, act as that person has already achieved the dream. So at subconscious level, we feel like that person, we imagine, we have emotions, and our body gets set in these vibrations. And when it happens automatically without our awareness, like what our body vibration are, it produces our actions. Yes, so our actions are always tell us about our paradigms, about our programs, about what we think and feel about, right? And when we produce actions, the universe reacts and it starts bringing us everything, all conditions, circumstances, and environments that are match our vibrations and our actions. This is how important to understand how our mind and body are related. Yes, so today we learned about our conscious mind, subconscious mind, and how it set our body in certain vibration, which cause our actions, and our actions cause our result. So if we don't like some results in our life, knowing this stick person, yes, how our mind works, how our body works, we always can change. And what we need for this, we just start changing our thoughts. We become what we think about all time long. This is what I wanted to share with you today. And I hope that it was good information for you. So every time if you feel something that you don't like, you just can remember this stick person and start from your conscious mind. Yes, that you start, what were my thoughts? What brought me to these feelings? Yes, and then we just use our power of will and we change topic. We learn how to think about things which make us feel good. And we reject any thoughts which make us feel bad. And this is a secret. First, you should know your big goal, and then you just decide to do what you love and what is in alignment with this goal. And just control your thoughts. Just think as the person who already achieved that. And when you do this, you will start see very big changes in your life, and you will just see how everything start getting attracted to you, and you will receive what you dream about. So this is all up to you, and this picture of stick person will help you a lot if you implement this knowledge which I shared with you today. Thank you very much. And now I want to introduce our next speaker. Our next speaker is Matthias Malman Roth, who is an emotional intelligence coach, whose purpose is to show people that there is a way. The life doesn't need to be as heavy as some people have been carrying their whole lives. And Matthias specializes in emotional dysregulation, habits, and addictions. And he will introduce to us a very powerful self-confidence meditation. Matthias.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank you, Elena. That's your introduction about the mind-body connection was just amazing, wonderful. It kind of reminded me about what T. Harv Eker teaches, that thoughts become the feelings, and these feelings become actions, and these actions become results. So in order so we can change the results, we have to change our thoughts. Otherwise, we won't have different actions. So it was just amazing. Thank you. Thank you for everyone for the opportunity of being here, being able to connect with different people in different parts of the world. I want to start by congratulating you for being here today. Come on, it's a Sunday. You could have chosen to do anything else, spend time with friends, with family, watching TV, go out, but or sleeping. But however, you're here. You chose to be learning and passing on different experiences, and you are different for that. So congratulations and thank you for the trust. Thank you, Anshu and Andrea, and everyone from the Global Speakers community for the trust. I promise to bring the most value in the shortest time we have, because I know the time is short. Uh, some of you may know me already. Remember, Elena was here last time with us. Andrea, I think Christopher too. I can't remember everyone, but who was here last time. Remember me if you can remember. Prepare to be. We're gonna have a nice experience now. Who knows me likes that knows that I like to be practical. So I like to see results in people, and that's what we are gonna be doing today. I want to do a practical NLP exercise with you, just about the mind and body connection that we have, because sometimes I follow a lot that Latin phrase that says mens sana corpore sano, which is a healthy mind in a healthy body, that we need to take care of both sides. But sometimes our mind is just not working properly, and we have to move our body in order to change our mind. And sometimes it's different. Sometimes our body is so bad, so tired, that we need to change our minds in order. So it's like a a balance between both, and that's what we're gonna do about today. So if you just give me a minute, I need to share my not screen. I need to share the audio of my computer. Yes. Okay, great, fantastic. Uh, by the way, sorry about these lights. I'm in the middle of a moving houses, so I'm literally with all boxes around here, and that was the best place I could get. So sorry about that. And yes, are you guys ready for doing an exercise? Yes. All right.
Yes.
Fantastic. Uh, great. So I would like you to find a comfortable position that you can do this exercise for the next 10, 15 minutes. If you're sitting, if you're laying, whatever is better to you. I'm telling you that if you got earphones or headphones, that's gonna be better for doing this exercise. It's going to be definitely more intense. However, if you don't have it, that's totally okay. Don't worry, it's gonna still be powerful and work it through. So before we start this exercise, I would like you to take a small note if you have a pad or somewhere. I want you to think about how you're feeling today in general, how you're feeling with your emotional side. Uh, Compare yourself of how you are when you are in your best days, and give yourself a rate in a scale from 1 to 10, how you're feeling today. How is your emotions? How are your emotions? How is your level of confidence in general? Just give yourself a rate from 1 to 10, how you are feeling today before we start this exercise. And yeah, just check if keyboard is working here. And, okay. All right. Well, already everyone gave yourself a rate from 1 to 10. Okay, fantastic. Everything working? All right. So I'd like everyone to just let yourself come into a nice, tall, seated position. If you're laying, that's fine. You can be laying, spine long and straight. Be sure that it's comfortable position to you where you can stay during this whole exercise. And let your shoulder roll back. Allow your palms to rest on your lap, facing upwards or downwards. You can choose. And whenever you're ready, allow your eyelids to gently close. Let's begin by taking a deep breath in through our nose, allowing your stomach to fully expand as you breathe in. Hold your breath at the top. Whenever you're ready, release it with a sigh. Again, taking a deep breath in, allowing your stomach to fully expand. Holding your breath at the top. Whenever you're ready, exhale with a sigh. Just one more time to really make it count. A deep breath in. Hold your breath at the top. Whenever you're ready, let it all go. Now can return to breathing in a pace that is comfortable to you. I would like you to take a moment now to use your imagination. I'd like you to choose a memory. It may be recent, it may be if you can. Take a moment to enjoy this feeling, invading you completely, surrounding you entirely. Let that energy and confidence wash over you. You are an incredible person, just the way you are. You deserve to be happy. You can be happy even through difficult circumstances. You are capable of achieving many things. You are so confident. You are worthy of love as you are now. I want you to accept love. Grace with unconditional. You deserve everything. You deserve grace. You deserve everything. All the happiness. You deserve all of it and more. Because you can. Because it's supposed to be here. Whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. Ah,
Wow.
take,
Was so
uh,
powerful.
taking just a deep breath. Sorry, guys, I got a bit emotional here. The exercise.
Yeah, it is so powerful. I was just feeling like my body was feeling with this energy and confidence and light and just was feeling so great. Yeah.
Amazing. I'd like you to just take a moment to realize how you are feeling right now. How is your level of energy right now? From a
It's
scale from 1 to 10. Is it better than before?
yeah.
Higher? Yeah. Yes.
Great.
Yes. Everyone, this is just a short exercise because we're short in time here. Just wanted to give you a piece of energy here. I hope that it has been good for you, that it helped you, because I know that depending on the state that we are, we're gonna take different decisions in the things that we are facing in our lives. and just a few minutes can change totally how we're feeling. And if we're dealing with something stressful, we might be dealing with our kids or with someone that we want to treat them with love, but we might not be feeling that way. And we don't want, to pass this energy to them. And this is a way I find to change the energies that I'm feeling. Anyways, that's about what I had to share with you guys. Maybe I took 5 minutes longer than I should have, but yes, that's it. If Thank you again for this opportunity. I'll give the voice back to the host. Thank you, Anshu. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Elena. Everyone here, everyone from the community. Um, if you'd like to just follow me in Instagram and keep in touch, uh, I'm gonna send it here. It's at Matthias MRI, and that's it. Thank you very much, everyone. Going back to
Thank
you,
you,
Elena.
thank you, thank you, Matthias. It was really great meditation. I think that everybody could just feel how this vibration rises and we feel so confident and shining. Thank you for sharing this meditation with us. And I will invite our next speaker, Amanda Thomas. She is the founder and lead facilitator of Power Through Healing. She is a certified hypnotherapist specializing in rapid transformational therapy. And through promoting healing, self-empowerment, and conscious evolution, Amanda looks forward to a world where we are all operating from our highest potential. Amanda.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much to everyone that's helped put this together today. That was amazing, that meditation, and we have so much ahead of us, but I appreciate this opportunity to speak today. And I just wanted to share a little bit about my story. And so I woke up in a car almost every day for over a year. My mornings started off in a Walmart parking lot, waking up to the noise and the busyness of the ordinary people, driving to the cleanest gas station that I could find. And I had to go to the bathroom and brush my teeth and wash my face. And I would sometimes go to the Planet Fitness, the gym, and go take a shower. And I remember walking in, carrying my big duffel bag and carrying that shame that was crawling beneath my skin, believing that everyone there could see my truth and know of all my failures. And recently, when I shared this time in my life with a close friend, she asked me, she said, why didn't you just choose to come home, come to the sanctuary of your family in our small town? And the truth is, I probably should have. But at the time, the thought of explaining myself was so overwhelming, more overwhelming than I could even handle at the time. So much so that it was actually easier. It felt safer for me to just live this life in my car, this life of homelessness, at least until I figured out my next step. I didn't recognize myself anymore. I couldn't even explain to myself what I was doing with my life, why I had let it lead up to this point. So how could I possibly put myself in a position of having to explain it to someone else? I was out of control. I was completely helpless. This was my rock bottom. And today you're going to hear a wealth of information about the power of your mind, this mind-body connection. And I want to talk to you about why it's so important to take in this information. It was in the back seat of that Kia Rio where I was introduced to this very topic. I was reminded of who I truly am and what I am capable of. You can go your whole life simply observing, letting life happen around you, happen to you. But when you choose to start participating, becoming an active player in your life, incredible things start to happen, not just for you, but for everyone in your life and everyone in this world. You were born with a powerful, creative, and expansive mind, open to all of the amazing opportunities and possibilities that this world has to offer. But from the second we are born, even sometimes before this, while we're still in the womb, we begin this process of being conditioned and programmed by others in our life. And as a baby, as we're growing up, we can't control who's raising us, what beliefs are shared by our family and in our homes. So these imprints press deeper and deeper into our subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind is a treasure chest full of gold. Especially in my work as a hypnotherapist, I can tell you that this is where every single past experience, belief, and emotion is tucked away, only to be brought up when we're facing a similar situation in our adult life. When you're faced with a situation that carries the same emotional weight as an experience that happened in your past, all of the alarms are going to go off. Every red flag is going to be raised. The red flashing lights, your subconscious mind is screaming at you to proceed with caution, because that is its job. Your mind is here to keep you safe, to keep you alive. And our subconscious mind really hates the unfamiliar because the unfamiliar is unknown. There's no certainty there. We don't know what's on the other side. So all of this is really nice and all. It's great that our mind is playing that role for us, but what happens when we expand and to try new things, to take a new course of action in our life? How do we get our mind on board with these changes? Well, here's the good news. You are in control of your mind. You hold the power of your own mind, and that means that you and you alone get to decide what is best for you, what life you want to live. Do you want to live a life that is of greater purpose, a life of more confidence, a life where you can be your most authentic self? Then all you have to do is keep a supportive and a consistent dialogue going with your mind all day long. You tell your mind what you want. You show your mind what you want. As my teacher, Marissa Peer, always says, it all comes down to the words you tell yourself and the pictures you show. So simple enough, right? Sounds easy. It can't be that easy, or I wouldn't have ended up homeless and not believing in myself and not trusting in myself, not accepting what all is available to me. But that is my story. That's what needed to happen in order for me to realize how seriously we need to take this information. This is why all of us speakers today have come together to get this message out, to spread this incredibly important message. We all have a story, just like you have a story. Everyone that's watching this now. So I'm curious, what is stopping you from sharing it? Are you participating in your life, or are you just observing? I spent the first 30 years of my life observing before I realized no one is just going to come in and give me the life that I want. I have to create it. I have to take what I want. And here is the biggest challenge that I had to overcome. I had to believe that I deserve it. I read a quote by David Osborne years ago that I now repeat every single day to myself and to my clients all day long. He said, I am as worthy, deserving, and capable of having a life that I love as anyone else on this planet. Those were powerful words. I wrote them down. I read them every day. And now I repeat them all day long. You cannot sit around waiting for someone or something to come rescue you, or some divinely doled blessings to come into your life. Your life is the blessing. This world is your blessing, your canvas to create upon. Whether you believe in one life or multiple lives, it doesn't matter. This is still your only chance to be who you are right now. This is my only opportunity to be Amanda Thomas, and I don't want to waste it. I have amazing things to offer this world, and I cannot accomplish very much if I'm consistently living with self-doubt, lack of trust, if I'm operating from old, outdated, and limited beliefs. So even when I am feeling a little bit of doubt or I'm lacking confidence, I choose to work through, move past it, and do the work that was put into my heart. Because I truly believe each one of us experiences life, interprets life, and then expresses life in our own individual and unique way. This is a beautiful thing. This is a wonderful thing. Just like right now, I'm speaking to at least one of you in the exact way that your mind needs to hear this information so that you can internalize it and use this information in building your own message. You can fully understand my message and then go out and impact others in your own way. Do you see why it's so important to share yourself, your full self, with this world? It is your birthright to share yourself with this world. Someone is waiting for you to have the confidence to heal whatever needs healed and to step into your true power. See, I also cannot achieve everything that I want in my life without other powerful creators out from their highest potential. I need my co-creators. This world needs all of us to be working in collaboration with one another, not competing. When we support each other, when we encourage each other and we act from higher levels of empathy, that's when this world will see massive, massive change. I believe when we're all operating from our unique and most optimal setting, expressing ourselves fully, that's when our world will benefit the most. That's when the accomplishments that we can reach as a species become godlike. Collectively, we are absolutely limitless. So I am encouraging you today to take time and ask yourself, what would you love to create for your life and for this world? What will your unique contribution be? What do you need to do in order to start playing full out? Because it's not fair to you first and foremost, but it's also not fair to the others in your life and the people of this world not to get to experience the greatness that is you. The highest version of you. It's not fair that we don't get to enjoy your highest level of creativity simply because you're choosing to hold on to the beliefs and ideas about yourself that are absolutely not true. There is power through healing. There is power in acknowledging what you are worth and who you truly are, in knowing your value. Every thought that you think leads to a feeling and an emotional response within your body that creates the life you are living. If you're not happy with your life, change your thinking. Change what you believe to be true about yourself and your life. What is possible? Consistently and constantly assess your thought patterns, assess how you are feeling, just check in with yourself. Choose to do this for yourself. Choose to love yourself enough to know that life that is available to you. Trust in yourself, believe in yourself, because no one else can play this role for you better than you can for you. So I want to thank you so much for having me today and listening to this message, my message. And I look forward to seeing and experiencing all of the wonderful things that you guys create for this world. And I do hope that you'll share with me, you'll connect with me. And most of all, I want to say, just enjoy the rest of this summit and take in all of this amazing information and use it to the best of your ability. So thank you again, and I'll send it back to Elena, our wonderful host.
Thank you so much, Amanda. You had such a beautiful journey, and your story can empower so many people who are in this situation now. And it is amazing what you could achieve from the place where you were and the place where you are now. And this is very important to understand where we are now and where we want to go. This is two things we need to know. Just where we are now, what are our results, why we get these results, what our thoughts are, what our beliefs are, and where we want to go. And we should see what person we should become in order to achieve that what we want, to achieve our dreams. We cannot change results in our life if we don't change ourselves, if we don't change our programs, and if we don't start to live by using our highest mental faculties, such as imagination, yes, visualization, reasoning, intuition. And what Amanda shared with us, she understood that she doesn't want to be in a passenger seat in her life. She wanted to become a driver. She took control of her car, yes, of her life. She got back to the driver's seat and she decided where she wants to go. And everybody can do this. So many people live like extras in their movies. They look other people and they think those are stars, those are clever than me, or have more education than me, and they always think that somebody else is better, and they think that I'm not enough, I'm too young, or I'm too old, or I'm too skinny, or I'm too fat. Yes, and these all programs, they are not written by us, as Amanda told. These all programs we inherited, and this is time to wake up and to rewrite our programs, rewrite our scenario, create a new self-image, and decide what we want. And just as a driver, he takes the wheel, he decides where he wants to go and start moving to that direction and become that person who you want to become now, today. Thank you, Amanda, very much. This is very powerful, your life story. And I think that many people learn from it that it doesn't matter where you are today, in which situation. Stop thinking about the situation. Stop thinking about this world, about all negative news. and don't be involved emotionally. Because as soon you get emotionally in something, it just automatically goes to your body and you start vibrate that level and you start attract the same things as you fear or doubt. So start living from your high mental faculties. Just know what you want. Imagine yourself as you already have that. Think about prosperity, think about your potential, because people use today only 10% of their potential, and we have so much potential. We just need to learn how to use our these high mental faculties, and we should know where we moving, where we want to go. And if you do right things, you will be there. And now I will introduce our next speaker, Benita Samuel from Nigeria. Benita is a positive self-thought influencer who is interested in helping others to find, build, and express positive thoughts through self-thought. She is the CEO of Benny Expression, the host of the Benny Expression Show, where she shares benefits of building positive self-thoughts. She is an educationist. She is a motivational speaker who is known as the voice on a mission, one with the message of self-love and acceptance. She has spoken on many stages, both physical and virtual. Her mission is to impact one person at a time, and her vision is to see people look at themselves with faith and love for who they are. Benita, stage is yours.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whichever part of the world you are at the moment. So thank you, Amanda. That was amazing. Thank you, Elena. Thank you, everyone, for this amazing opportunity to relate with all of you. I'm super excited. So glad I'm seeing everybody from around the world. So nice to be here. So how are you all doing? Yes, it's time. I'm here. How are you all doing? I just want someone to say, okay, I'm doing great. I'm doing amazing. I want to hear our voices. You can unmute yourself right now. I give you permission. Just tell me how you're feeling. How are you all doing?
Fantastic!
Yes, I love that. I want to hear
wonderful.
you say it.
Amazing.
Yes, that's great. Great. Good, good, good. Yes, there is this. I want you to say, I'm amazing. You can unmute yourself just right now before I begin. Just unmute yourself. I'm amazing.
I'm amazing.
We're gonna like, I'm important.
I'm important.
Important.
I'm special.
I'm special.
I deserve all the love.
I deserve all the love.
Love.
I deserve happiness.
I
I
deserve
deserve happiness.
I deserve the peace of mind.
I
I
deserve the
deserve
peace
peace
of
of
mind.
mind.
I deserve to possess my possession.
I deserve to possess my possession.
I am not stopping here.
I am not stopping here.
here.
I am getting to my desired destination.
I'm
getting to my
My desired destination.
Can you just stop yourself and say, yes, I love me, I love me, I
Yes,
love me, I love me, I love me, I love me, I love me.
Yes, I love me.
Yes, I love myself.
All right.
Beautiful.
Yes, that's where it all starts. That's where it all starts. Super amazing speakers in the house, and I am happy to be speaking right next to you because I know that you are people with different stories, and your journey has actually made you into who you are today. Your journey has actually given you a message which you're sharing with the world. Your journey has actually helped you discover that you are more than enough. Your journey has helped you understand that you were an amazing person and nothing is putting you down. And I'm super excited to be drinking from your energies today. That's why I say, just tap yourself and say, I love me, I love me, I love me. So it might look simple, but it's amazing. A lot of us who are here don't understand what self-love means. Yes, we don't understand that because sometimes we seek love from outside. We want people from out there to love us, to accept us. to see that there is something amazing in us, to encourage us, and to make us feel on top of the world. But hey, I came to change that. I know you know this already, but I came to tell you something more. All you need from out there is right in here. Mhm. All you need from anyone around the world, from those your family members, from your loved ones, from your husband, your wife, your children, is right here. That's why I say I'm on a mission with this one message, that you will wake up to the fact that you deserve love and you have to love yourself first. I came with this message that you deserve to feel amazing and that you are the one who have the right to make yourself feel that way. I came with this message to let you understand that no matter what you want to be in this world, it is when you have made up your mind to be it that you can actually take the first step to be it. That is why I say that I am on a mission to erase all the negative thoughts in your mind that has been telling you that, hey, you can make it, you can get there, you can't be it, you can't achieve it, you can go there, you can step out. You have to remain. I am here to erase all of them and to bring your focus to this. That, like Amanda said, everything that you need, you can achieve them because you are special, you are amazing, you are great, and you are powerful. Now, we're talking about mind and body connection. Our mind is super, it's like the storehouse where every idea comes to. And whatever happens to the idea that comes to your mind affects your body once you accept to give it stay or to let it move. So that's why sometimes when I'm talking to my people, I tell them that you have to make a choice. You have to decide either to let a certain thought that enters your mind stay or let it go. But how do you know which of the thoughts you can let stay or let go? This is what you do. Every idea that comes to your mind, you weigh it on a scale of 5. Does it make me happy? Then you rate it. Does it make me feel at peace with myself? You rate it. Does it help me accept who I am? You rate it. Does it make me feel that I deserve enough and more? You rate it. Does it make me feel that I can become anything I desire to become? You rate on a scale of 5 and you decide which this allows you. So any thought on a scale of 5 that you have weighed and is giving you just 2 is not what you should let stay in your mind, because that is going to affect you. And once that starts, it's not just your mind, it will affect your body, everything that you stand for. Why would I feel not comfortable with my body when I am thinking negative things about me? It's because I allow that thought to stay. Now, I feel I'm not good enough. I feel like I am not special. I feel that I'm not amazing. And then when I think of these things, I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, it's true. Something is wrong with my hand. It's true. Something is wrong with my face. It's true. Something is wrong with my hair. How did this happen? Because something happened up here and it appeared, and I started seeing faults in the physical. So it affected my body, you see. So our minds are important. And that is why I am working on finding, building, and expressing positive self-thought. I realized that when I was younger, all I thought about was for people to love me. I needed my family's love, which didn't come in 100%. So at that, I felt like, okay, I was an outcast, so it wasn't important. So whatever I do, nothing matters. Everything is just the way it should be. So what was my thought at then? Okay, I just exist as a lady, maybe get to university, I give birth to children, and then this world comes to an end. But you know that when I was created, there was more to me than that. There was more to me. and not when I was created. Because my creator, your creator, had a better plan for me. He had a better plans for you. He has already knitted all those ideas and written them down before the very day I was born. And he knew that if I could come to terms with accepting myself, loving myself, I would grab this thing that he has ordained for me. But as a child going through, struggling to be accepted, struggling to be loved, struggling to be seen, struggling to be noticed, I never had any idea that there was something more to me than that. So my thought became of negative. I wasn't good enough. I didn't have the good hair, I didn't have the good legs, I wasn't smart, I wasn't intelligent, I wasn't just in the front of anyone. So that was my thought. And it affected the way I saw my body. You see that? Like, hey, you look good today. Like, what? I look good like this? Because already my mind has registered that I'm not good enough, right? Hey, you wearing a good dress. Okay, this I don't think is good because my mind has already registered that nothing about me was good. So my thought already has ruled my mind. That is why when I started the Benny Expression Show about finding, building, and expressing positive self-thought, I knew where I was coming from a place of negative thought, which has hindered me from stepping out, becoming my best, stepping out and achieving my goal, stepping out and showing up for the nations that I was created to impact. See, you were not created for your family. Let me remind you. You were not just created for your husband, for your children, for your community, for your family members, for your state, for your country. That may disappoint you. You were created for the world. The moment you were placed on earth by God, it had a purpose. And you cannot amount to this purpose without first walking on your mind, walking on the things you think of, working on the things the thought you allow stay in your head, working on the kind of thought you give room. A single thought that drops on your mind, if you give it room, can grow as tall as Mount Everest that you can't climb. So I realized it. I was this negative about myself that there was nothing good about me. And I said, okay, there are people out there who need to know that, hey, they're amazing. Hey, they are wonderful. They are special. They just look good. They just look good the way you are. It doesn't matter whatever anyone's opinion is. You are who God says you are. And the moment I step out of my comfort zone, accepted this message, I realized that there was so much I was worthy of. I realized that there was so much I was good for. I realized there was so much I needed to do. I realized there was so much inside of me because it was all there at the beginning, but why did I say it? Why did I say it? Sometimes we beat ourselves up because we can't think of the good things that we already have inside of us. Because I love the fact that it is about mind and body. Because when your mind doesn't accept it, your body reacts to it. And when you look at your body, your mind reasons with it. Okay, this is what this is all about. It's a negative thing. Push it away. Let it go. It's not supposed to be here. Like Amanda says, no, sometimes our mind looks at some things and they feel strange. They feel strange. Like, okay, oh, she's thinking that she's great. When did that happen? How did she get to that place? No, this is strange. I cannot accept this. I don't want it. So it has to do with you staying consistent. You get it? It has to do with you accepting first that you are good and you deserve the good things of life. So talking about building thoughts, it starts with first thinking a thought of acceptance, accepting who you are, accepting what you were created for, accepting that you are human and you have your flaws, accepting that you have your strengths, accepting that you are amazing, accepting that even if you're not good in certain areas of your life, it doesn't change who you are. Accepting that you might not be good in speaking, but it doesn't stop you from being good at writing. Accepting that because you might be good in writing doesn't stop you from even also being good in speaking. So it starts with acceptance. When you come to terms with the fact that you are great, you are special, you were amazing, you deserve all good things of life, your mind naturally accepts these new ideas and allows you to start using the opportunities you have around you to grow and become the best of yourself. When you get to accept yourself, there is also that thing, that guilt of not accepting yourself in the past. Why did it take so long to come to this level? Why was I stuck in my negativity? Why are things like this with me? Why didn't I start early? Why did I get here? Now, once I felt that when I started my program, I had to come to terms with myself. I said, okay, Benita, forgive yourself. Because once you have accepted yourself, your comfort zone is the comfort zone you step out of. Because once you accept yourself, you definitely will not be feeling comfortable in your comfort zone. I don't know if you know that. But once you accept yourself, you will no longer be comfortable where you are. How do I know? Because you might be like, okay, why am I here? I don't understand. I mean, this is who I am. I'm still amazing the way I am. I'm still special the way I am. I'm still great. That means I can impact people. I can change lives. I can change stories. So why am I still here? You're like, okay, boom. And you break the box and you step out of that comfort zone. And the place like, okay, there's an earthquake. Like it's shaking. Ooh, she's leaving. She's moving. How are we getting her back? How are we going to get her back? We need to do something to get her back. So there is no way you leave a place and they will not be like, okay, we want her back. Your comfort zone or that comfort zone you left wouldn't be so glad to leave you or let you go. So it's are you sure you can do this? Hey, this is here entirely. You want to leave your job? My God, you want to start as a wellness coach? Hey, that's not going to happen. It's not easy. So many things going to come to your mind. The thought of guilt is going to stand out. What kept me for so long? What kept me for so long? What kept me for so long? Why did I start so late? I'm so late. I look at others already far away and they are far gone. I'm just starting. That is why I told myself, Benita, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Get this message on time because I
Benita, you're muted.
me
Can you hear Benita or not? Yeah, something
We're
happened.
frozen.
Yeah, something happened with your internet, maybe.
Looks like she logged off.
Yeah, now she will come back.
Maybe see if
Yep.
she hops back in.
Benita talked about very important thing that is acceptance, and it is very important to accept our past self and what we did to accept this as it was the best what we could do in that situation. Yes. So I see that Benita is not with us anymore.
I'm here.
You're here?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm back.
very good.
All right. So sorry about that. Okay, I'll just conclude. I'll just conclude. So I was talking to us about having to, first of all, accept yourself. Now I'm talking about finding and building positive self-thought, because it is when you're able to deal with your thoughts, once you're able to deal with your thoughts, no matter how little you've been able to control a little of whatever affect your body, because your thought has power to affect how you feel. Exactly does that. So I'm talking about how you can actually find and build a kind of positive self-thought that can help you in some ways to control how you react to certain things that happen to you. And I told you that number one, you have to first of all accept yourself. When once you come to terms with the fact that you are who you were created to be, amazing, special, you deserve all good things of life, you are good to go. But then your comfort zone wouldn't be so happy to let you go. So he brings this thought of guilt into your mind, telling you you're not okay. You started late, or you can't make it because it's already late. So why are you disturbing yourself? Why didn't you start early? That is where you talk about forgiveness. You learn to forgive yourself, because no matter how anyone forgives you, once you don't forgive yourself, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't matter. It doesn't even count. No matter, like, okay, you offended me, like, hey, I've forgiven you, let go. No, until you forgive yourself. Now someone is like, okay, this happened to me, so why do I need to forgive myself? So I told someone, okay, this situation has happened, the person has forgiven you, but the guilt is because you have not forgiven yourself. Like, I don't understand, where does that count, what is that important? One of the ways you heal is by forgiving yourself. That's what I say, and that's what you need to forgive yourself. Once you have come to terms with the fact that you deserve all good things of life, and that you couldn't make it early, doesn't stop you from taking off from where you are right now. You naturally need to forgive yourself. Tell yourself, like, okay, I know I didn't get it right yesterday. I know it didn't work out the way I planned. I know I didn't start on time. But from right now, I forgive myself. Right? It looks like it's easy to say, right? That's why you're not just going to do it once. You have to do it like every time any thought crosses your mind that makes you feel like, okay, guilty. I forgive myself. It is not wrong to fail, but it is wrong to stay as a failure. It is wrong to keep thinking, I'm a failure. Oh my God, I'm a failure. I've been failing and I can't make it. That is where it's wrong. But excuse me, if you are fallen and you chose to stay down, men are going to walk on you, and they're going to deal with your thoughts, affect who you want to become, drive you out of your place of success, and push you out of line. But when you fall and you tell yourself, okay, you pick yourself up, dust yourself, and you put your head together, raise your shoulders high, step out, you're definitely becoming whatever God calls you to be. So that is why you have to deal with your thoughts. Once you have forgiven yourself, you have to celebrate every little thing you win, every little step you take, from leaving your comfort zone to forgiving yourself is worthy of celebration. Because once you're able to celebrate a little win, your body reacts to it. You feel this relief, you feel this comfort, but you will naturally heal from there. Your mind registered it. Okay, I made a win. Okay, I'm a winner. I tried. I made it. I made it. You know that kind of excitement when we were in school, like you saw your result. Oh my God, I made it. Yes, your body reacts to that as well. That okay, that what made of happiness and excitement has a way of healing you, driving out those stress, giving you peace, drawing your attention back to what needs to be done, and helping you concentrate on where you are going to. So you want to be your best. You want to step out. You want to do what you want to do. You have your goals set out. You want to step out and become the best of yourself. You deal with your thoughts. You deal with the things you think about. Deal with the way you think about yourself. Deal with the way you think about the world. Deal with the way you think about your message. Deal with the way you think about people's opinion about you, because their opinion doesn't count. Mhm. It doesn't count, but your opinion does. So when Elena was explaining from the beginning, she shared with us, you're like, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Whenever someone asks, like, okay, can we meet you? Who are you? There's someone that always comes to my mind. I'm always like curious. Who will she say she is? What will she say she is? Okay. Then I was like, okay, my name is Benita Samuel. I'm from Nigeria, a positive self-thought influencer. That's okay. That is a title. That is a title. And a lot of people lives with that. So they think on their title and not who they are. The title that, oh, they're a positive self-thought influencer. Oh, I'm a wellness coach. That is a title, not who you are. Who you are is what affects the people you speak to. Who you are is what affects the person you were trying to help. Who you are is what affects the person you're trying to impact, not the title you bear. That's why when people come to your class, listen to you, they go home and they can relate. Why? Because they hear you, they heard you. They didn't hear the title you bear, but they heard you as a person from your story to where you are. I started as someone with a negative self-thought, and today I'm someone who believes that I can take up the world. I can take on the world. I can speak on any stage. I can turn around and tell a sister, hey, you're beautiful because you were created by the master, crafted in a special way that mankind or man's opinion cannot distort. I can walk to a brother and say, hey, brother, you look handsome. How did I know? Because you were created to be this great, to be this special, to be this handsome. So from today, start thinking that way. Once you start thinking that way, once you start going that way, focusing on that, your mind will focus and your body will accept. And you can take on the world because it's in your hands. You were meant to do it. You were meant to get there. You were meant to touch lives. You were meant to impact lives. You were meant to grab the nations, bring them together, and let them understand that there's so much value, not just in you, but in themselves. My mission is to impact just one person. If one person can get one thing from what I'm saying here today, that is okay. You know why I know? Because that person's going to live a life that someone out there is going to look at and it's going to benefit from. So I might not know all the people I've impacted, but I just need one person. Once I get that one person, I know the next person will be next person, and there will be next person and next person. So wherever you are in the world, whatever you are doing, whatever story you have to tell it with with pride. But be bold, be confident to tell your story. But before you tell that story, make sure you have come to terms with the fact that this is who you are, or one created by God for a special purpose, who has special purpose inside, and who is on a mission to also use his or her story to impact the next person. Nobody comes to you unless you have something to offer. You are here because there is something in you that someone out there needs. Go ahead, share it with them. Don't hide it. Don't be shy. Don't be afraid. Your story is what gives you the glory. You need a crown, you need a scar. So that scar that you had is actually what is helping you wear the crown of glory you will enjoy from now on, or you have been enjoying already. So whatever you think, make sure it's a positive thing that you choose to think on. You have 100% right to your thoughts. You have 100% right to your thoughts. You have 100% right to the choices you make that will affect your mind and your body. You have 100% right to what decisions you make concerning the things you accept into your lives and the things you let go. You have 100% right to the kind of choices you make, the kind of steps you take, the kind of things you think about. So you want to connect your mind and you want your body to react in the right way. Think positive things. By capturing your thoughts, you will naturally be able to capture your feelings. Thank you so much once again. I hand it back to Elena. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you again.
Thank you, Benita, very much for such a great speech and topic, body and mind connection. And it is really important to accept ourselves in the past, accept ourselves in now.
Can you hear Elena?
Yes. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yes, great. And also, we can create our self-image. We can understand who we are now, and we are masters and creators. And we can think who we want to be, and we can see who we know who already get there, like have role models in different spheres of our life. We can have role model in business, in fitness, in health, in relations, and we can literally pick up the features of the people who we know and who we like, who we admire, and we can just pick up the pictures and we can create our self-image. We can write about ourselves having already those qualities which we want to have to match the person who we want to become, to have our goal achieved and to achieve our dream. Thank you very much, Benita. I want to remind that we have time for every speaker, 10-15 minutes. And now I want to introduce our next speaker, Christopher Howson. He is a speaker, storyteller, who has experienced the roller coaster of life, experiencing the highs and especially the many lows of life. He speaks for one reason: to be a voice of light and hope to people in their darkest times, and inspires people to share their music with the world. Christopher, the scene is yours.
Thank you so much, Elena, for a beautiful intro. And yeah, today's my pleasure where I talk about the mind-body connection. And it was actually from a Native American, a Red Indian, I learned about the mind-body. And what I've learned is that to create universal creation, to create our reality in the world, it requires three components. The law of creation needs three components to create your reality. And what I've actually learned is there's three components. And when you master these three components, you actually start mastering your life. And what these three components are is thoughts, emotions, belief, and feeling. And what I've realized is everything starts with a thought. When you learn to change your thoughts, you learn to change your life. Your thoughts, for every precursor to any action is a thought. And it all begins with managing your thoughts. It all begins with managing how you think. And I'm gonna use my speaking journey. In my life, I've had a lot of negativity. I've had a lot of haters. And they've tried to say, nah, Chris, you don't have what it takes. Why don't you give up? Why don't you go back to a day job? So I realized I had to master my thought, emotion, belief, feeling, and I've achieved things through the power of the mind. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through it. So the first thing I had to realize was you've got to master your thought. You see, your thoughts, everything in life is energy. The energy we connect with the universe, the energy that makes up life, the energy that flows through us, we're all interconnected by one energy. Black, white, it doesn't matter. We're all interconnected by that one energy. So what I realized is you've got to first master your thoughts, because your thoughts create energy. Everything's energy. So your thoughts create energy. And what you've got to do is you've got to be aware of your thoughts. You see, I had to be aware of my thoughts, and you've got to think positive thoughts. You've got to become aware of the thoughts that come in and challenge it. And you've got to ask yourself, are these thoughts serving you? Are these thoughts taking you to where you want to go? Or are these thoughts keeping you down? That's always the first question to ask about a thought. And then the second thing you do to challenge that thought is you've got to ask yourself, is this thought uplifting me, or is this thought draining me? Because energy is always a good indicator. If you're getting drained by energy, that means that thought is a negative energy. Because what I've realized is the mind, the funny thing is it can't think positive straight away. It automatically goes negative. So you've got to do mental training. You've got to train your mind with the thoughts. So you've got to first think the positive thoughts. You've got to think positive thoughts that take you to where it is you want to go, to your destination. And you've got to make sure these thoughts uplift you, keep you energized. So that's the first thing. You've got to master your thought, because what happens next, when you master thought, it then creates emotions in the body. You see, our body follows the mind. The mind never follows the body. It can't work that way. So the thoughts you create then create energy in your body. And now we've got 7 different energy points in our body. And our energy, that emotion, that gets created by our thoughts. So first you think of the thought. So you've got to think a positive thought. Next, it creates emotion in the body. Now, is it going to be negative emotion, or is it going to be positive emotion? But whatever thought you think, it creates emotion in the body. And that emotion gets stored in the body. Now, here's the interesting thing I learned from that Native American. He said, when thought and emotion merge, when they become one, then the mountain may move. Now, I never got that. What did you mean by the mountain may move? And he said, when your thought and emotion merge as one, you can say to the mountain, it will move, and it will move. So when your thought is of a positive thought and your emotion is a positive emotion created by that thought, you are now aligned. That thought and emotion is on the same frequency. You see, you can't have a positive thought and negative emotion. The thought has to be positive, the emotion has to be positive. Now, once those two merge, it then activates a special technology. So I've talked about thought, I've talked about emotion. That's the 2 components. However, there's a third component. And science said that we can never impact anything outside of our body. And science also said that outside of our body in space, there's nothing there. It's just empty space. However, when you look at deep consciousness, deeper level thinking, science actually made a mistake, because when you merge thoughts and emotion into one, it then activates a special technology. And this is the cool thing. This technology we all have. It's in all of us. What that technology is heart. You see, belief feeling is then created in our heart. And this, what happens, this belief feeling we create in our heart, it then speaks to this energy field. It's called a divine matrix. It's the universal energy, God consciousness, that all matter is interconnected by. The very matter that makes us up. Now, this energy field is this field that science was saying there's nothing out there, it's empty space. So this energy field needs a special technology to speak to. So when you create the positive thought and the positive emotion, it then activates the belief feeling, positive belief, positive feeling in our heart. Now, what our heart then does is it creates electric and magnetic waves that are 5,000 times stronger than the brain. You see, the heart is the only mechanism that can speak to this energy field, the divine matrix. Nothing else can communicate with it. So the heart then creates the belief feeling. You see, feeling is what gives a thought power. Belief is what makes a thought fly. Think of a rocket ship. A rocket ship without fuel can never fly. That belief, that feeling is what gives a thought power. That's what then connects to that divine matrix, that God consciousness, that energy field that all matter is interconnected by. That is the very energy that I speak of, that we're all connected by, that flows through all of us. We're all interconnected by this energy. So the belief feeling goes out to the divine matrix. Now, we've heard about law of attraction. And what I've learned from this Native American guy, he said this divine matrix, it mirrors your feelings, it mirrors your vibrational frequency. So what is your vibrational frequency? It's the feeling that you've created as a result of the thoughts you are thinking and the emotions in your body, which then creates the feeling in your heart. So if it's a positive feeling, it's in your heart, it's going to go out to this energy field. The universe is going to say, oh, Chris, I'm noticing you're thinking positive experiences. You're feeling happy. You're speaking on stage. What the universe then does is it sends these experiences to mirror what it is that you are feeling. It mirrors you. So whatever you think, whatever you speak, so the thoughts you think, the words you affirm to yourself, the self-talk that you do with these thoughts, create the emotion in your body. This then activates the heart, which then speaks to that energy field. And have you ever wondered, when you keep receiving experiences and you keep saying, why is this happening to me? Why do I keep attracting the same old experience? You receive those experiences because the universe is just saying, hey, I'm mirroring what you're feeling. I'm just going to give you experiences to match what you are feeling. So if you want to change what you are attracting into your life, it all begins with the way you think. Your thoughts create your reality. You master your thoughts, you master your life. So when I learned about this, thoughts, emotions, belief, feeling, that was how I mastered the mind and body. That's how I now determine what I want to attract into my life, because we are the creators of our reality. No one else can create our reality, only us. So that is how that works. And I want to tie it off with a story I heard. And this is how I'll close it off. There was this scientist, and he went to a part in America, up in the mountains, and he met up with a Native American friend, a Red Indian friend. And in the middle of that time, America was in a terrible drought. They needed rain more than ever. And a Native American friend said to him, he said, "Did you want to go up to the mountains with me? Did you want to go make some rain?" And this friend, this scientist said, "Yeah, I'd love to go to the mountain." And so they went to the mountain, and there was this ancient site where they connect with that universal energy, where they summon that energy at a deep consciousness level. And so this Native American friend, he was doing his tribal dance. He was doing his energy work to connect with that divine matrix. And a couple of minutes passed, and the Native American friend said to his scientist friend, he said, "I'm hungry, let's go eat." And so the scientist's friend said, "So did you pray for rain?" Because that's what they were needing. They were needing rain. And the Native American said, "No, I didn't pray for rain." So the scientist said, "If you didn't pray for rain, what did you do?" The Native American said, "I didn't pray for the rain. I prayed for the rain that had already come. I danced in the mud that was so heavy because there was so much rain." And the scientist said, "So why did you do that?" The Red Indian said, "If I had prayed for rain, I'm putting it out to the universe that there is no rain, that I haven't received the rain." And that's what you've got to do with your mind. You've got to put it out there that you've already got what it is that you are asking for. So instead of asking, "Can the rain come?" pray that the rain has already come, that you're already dancing in the mud. And then after a couple of days later, that area in America then received heavy rain that they've never ever seen for a lifetime. And I use this story because that's how you master mind, emotion, and belief feeling. Have the thought of what it is that you are wanting has already come, because the universe doesn't give to you what you ask. It gives to you what you are. So if you imagine you already have what it is that you are wanting, the universe can't distinguish, and it will give to you what it is that you're asking. So instead of asking for the rain, dance for the rain that has already come, because the mud's so heavy from the rain. And when you master that, you will master your life, and you'll be surprised at all the beautiful things you can attract into your life. Elena, I'm done. Back to you.
Wow, Chris, it is. I could listen you all day and night long. You're such a great speaker. Yeah, because you just make us feel all this emotional. And yeah, it is so important to become the person you have to become to achieve your goal, because it is like mobile devices. Yes, when we speak on mobile devices, how do mobile devices connect? When we dial the number of another mobile device, it is literally that we become one frequency with the number which we dial. Even if we miss one number, we will not be at that frequency. So the numbers which we dial get us at the same level with the person we want to speak. And when two mobiles match the same frequency, then we start speaking, seeing, exchanging pictures, files, and the same exactly happens with our goal and dream. If we want something and we are here, we need to become that person as already has that at the energy of our frequencies, because as Chris told, everything is energy, and our emotions, they put our body in the frequency. That's why, as Jim Rohn told, that we should stand guard at the gate of our mind. Yes, because we should protect our mind from all the negative thoughts which will make our body in a low vibration. And this all starts from having a big goal. When we know where we want to go, when we have a big goal, then we understand that we should keep ourselves always at that high level that matches our goal. And we never let anything go down. My friend today asked me in the messenger, Irina, what makes you always be positive and stay in positive energy? And I told him exactly this, because I have a goal and I want to achieve my goal. That's why I keep myself always at that level. And that's why we can use our choice to accept or reject anything. If we hear something bad, if we hear something that doesn't make us feel good, we just reject it. So many people just go round and round in their past and their experience, and there's something would happen to them, and they just live in past. And we just should start from now. We should forget everything past. We should forgive ourselves, as Benita told, and accept that as a school, yes, as a part of our life where we learned. We became today as we are just because of our experience. Yes, somebody slept in the car for 1 year, somebody had another experience. Of course, we don't want to have that experience again, but because of that experience, we are the people we are today. And that's why we can help other people, we can feel them, and we know how to impact the world. And so many people are in situation which we were before. So when we share our experience and our successful story and how we could use our mind to take us from that situation and become successful, it can help so many people to believe in themselves, because we can never overcome our self-image, and we can never get in life something that we don't believe we can. So everything it should start in our mind, and we should believe in ourselves. We should see ourselves as the person which we have to become. Thank you very much, Chris. It was very, very good. And I liked this story about dancing in the mat. Yes, I will definitely will keep this story in my mind. It was so powerful lesson, because many people appreciate something which they already have or had, but we can appreciate something which we don't have yet, but we can appreciate this. Yes, and we can already feel gratitude for this, and this attitude will help us to be in that frequency and to dance in that mat. Yes, for the rain which already came. Yes, thank you, Chris. Was real. I enjoyed your speech. And now I want to introduce our next speaker, and it is Johnny Edwards. She is management strategist based in Trinidad and Tobago. Joan is a management professional with 15 years in banking, specializing in organizational change and transformation. Joan also has more than 12 years heading up a nonprofit lobby and advocacy organization in the maritime industry. John has an undergraduate honors degree in management and an MBA with distinction, specializing in strategic planning and strategic human resource management. Joan, the scene is yours.
Thank you very much, Elena. Well, I know one thing I know is that we're running a bit late on time. I hope everybody's still awake. While I waited, I did a couple jumping jacks. I would have encouraged you to do the same, but I know, as I said, we're running out on time. So my presentation will take a somewhat different approach looking at the mind-body connection. And I'm going to use a presentation so that we break up the sharing, the nature of the sharing of this information. So let's look at the mind-body connection. We've all been hearing and talking about the mind-body connection in the context of the empowerment, the impactful, the insightful self becoming our authentic selves and such like. However, there are some elemental and some fundamental things that happen within the mind and body that we need to understand that drive and fuel these things that we wish to be, to have, and to become. So what is the mind-body connection? And the mind-body connection essentially provides us with a path to holistic wellness. So this mind-body connection, in this presentation, we look at how that is defined, how the mind-body connection is exemplified, how it manifests, in other words, why it's important to understand the mind-body connection modalities, some key points to remember, choosing a mind-body connection regimen, and starting and sticking with mind-body practice. So according to the Johns Hopkins School of Public Health, the mind-body connection is the belief that the causes, development, and outcomes of a physical illness are determined from the interaction of psychological, social, and environmental factors. This definition looked at illness. However, a better definition comes from the Florida Medical Clinic that states that the mind-body or brain-body connection is the link between a person's thoughts, feelings, and behavior and their physical or biological symptoms. Physical health and emotional health are intimately intertwined. This is a much simpler definition. Either way, it simply means that our thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and attitudes, as we've already heard, can positively or negatively affect our biological functioning or physical functioning. In other words, our minds can affect how healthy our bodies are. On the other hand, what we do with our physical body, what we eat, how much we exercise, even our posture, can impact our mental state. Again, that impact can be positive or negative. While some people may still consider the mind-body connection New Age theory, it has emerged as a bona fide medical phenomenon with evidence-based science to support it. I like this definition of a mind-body, or this perspective on mind-body that comes from Dr. Deepak Chopra, that says that in the deeper domains of consciousness, there is no separation between mind and body. Mind and body are the same thing. Mind is the subjective experience of consciousness, and the body is the objective experience of consciousness. So, I am sure we're all familiar with these common expressions that demonstrate our intuitive awareness of this mind-body connection. Butterflies in the stomach, experienced when we feel stress or anxiety. There are no physical butterflies in the stomach, but that is where the symptom or that emotion manifests in that area of the body. When we feel heartbroken, when we feel loss of love, we then say that we are heartbroken. We have not actually broken the heart, but we feel the emotion deep down in that area of the body. And when we are anxious, fearful, or sad, we say that we feel gut-wrenching pain. Again, as the graphic shows, that is not what actually happens, but that is how it feels on the physical body. So, We know that when the mind is agitated by feelings such as hostility, anger, guilt, and fear, or depression, it does impact our body. When the mind is agitated, the body is agitated. Mental activity is turbulent, your body gets turbulent. Mental activity is inflamed, the body gets inflamed. So these emotions that we speak about, hostility, anger, guilt, fear, even depression, those emotions originate in mind consciousness and are expressed in the body. When this happens, our heart rate goes up, the blood pressure goes up, cortisol levels go up, immune function drops, and hormone levels change. The good news, sorry about that. The good news is that when mental activity is one of peace, where the mind emotions expressed in the mind are of love, excitement, optimism, and joy, the happy hormones or feel-good hormones are then activated. Hormones that we are familiar with, oxytocin, dopamine, serotonin, our endorphins, as we said, all referred to as the happy hormones. So why is it important to understand the mind-body connection? Well, scientists have long understood that our emotions affect our bodies. We have just begun to understand just how impactful these emotions are on health and longevity. The mind-body connection is an important component of holistic medicine, which is a healthcare philosophy that seeks to treat the whole person. So it allows for a holistic approach to achieving and maintaining overall health and wellness. It overcomes the tendency to focus on symptoms rather than root causes. Mind-body connection modalities. So how do we ensure the optimal functionality of this mind-body connection? Why? By practicing modalities such as yoga, meditation, even massage therapy. These activities not only boost the happy hormones, but they also mitigate the effects of negative emotions and their impact on the body. For example, research has shown that yoga and meditation has further exposed the connection between mind, body, and spirit. Studies show that mindful movement and breathing done in yoga activates the relaxation response, rest and digest, via the vagus nerve. Consequently, yoga moves the nervous system out of the fight, flight, or freeze response associated with stress and into the rest and digest response, increasing emotional well-being. Further, yoga increases levels of GABA, a neurotransmitter in the brain that helps relax the mind. In a 12-week study, participants either walked or did yoga for an hour 3 times a week. The yoga group showed greater increases in GABA levels, along with greater improvement in mood and reduced the physical effects of anxiety. Other mind-body modalities include exercise, guided imagery, also known as visualization, socializing, cognitive behavior therapy, and other activities which we're all familiar with, such as cuddling with loved ones, aromatherapy, having sex, listening to good music, spending time outdoors, taking a nap, or even watching a comedy. All of these activities, again, promote the production of the good or happy hormones, which impact the overall health and well-being. In the case, for example, of visualization, when we imagine a situation, the primal parts of the brain react as if it was really happening. Therefore, positive visualizations have a beneficial impact on the entire nervous system, automatically relaxing all of the body's systems. Socializing, keeping connected with friends and family in your social circle, has been shown to bring about feelings of positive emotions and consequently the generation of the aforementioned hormones. Physical benefits of exercise, we all know, bring about improvements in heart, strong bones and healthy joints, immune function, energy levels, skin and health. Mental benefits include stress relief, improved mood, focus and clearer thinking, better sleep, and it promotes overall self-esteem. So, why have I presented this graphic with these leading figures, which most everybody in the audience would be familiar with, including Oprah Winfrey, Katy Perry, Madonna, Dr. Deepak Chopra, and Dr. Joe Dispenza? Well, all of these well-known personalities attribute their productivity, their health and wellness, their creativity to the practice of the mind-body connection modalities. Oprah specifically points to meditation as being central to her overall well-being. So some key points to remember with respect to mind and body therapy practices is that they help reduce and prevent stress. They impact the way we experience physical symptoms. They foster a sense of control, enhance optimism, provide social support that improve the quality of life or just allow you to cope better with symptoms. And they can help treatment by facilitating the body's ability to heal itself. Bear in mind that mind-body therapies and practices are central to health in a fundamental way, as they emphasize our capacity to use self-awareness and a variety of approaches to help ourselves physically and mentally. So how do we go about choosing a mind-body regimen? Well, we have to determine what is best for us, what appeals to us, what we want from the therapy, what is logistically realistic at any point in time, and what is safe and effective, and what sorry about that. Yes, what is safe and effective? So how do we start and stick to a mind-body practice? We identify what it is we want to change by adopting the regimen. We set clear and realistic goals regarding the regimen that we wish to accomplish. We create specific measurable action steps. We enlist support from those within our community, and we check our progress on our action steps as we move to our goal and make the changes and adjustments as necessary. Bear in mind that beginning a new health regimen, including mind-body therapy program, requires you to change your habits, your schedule, and your mind. So here's the mind-body connection and understanding that adopting a mind-body regimen is key and is also central to us becoming those impactful, insightful, authentic, empowered, proactive, self-accepting people that my colleague spoke about previously. Back to you, Elena.
Thank you very much, John, for such a great description of connection, mind and body. Yes, I listened to you and decided that I should restart my yoga practice, which I didn't do for 2 months. Thank you. We also can put our body in good vibes from good thoughts, and also from doing exercises, and even getting pose of like person who has victory or win something. We also can increase our vibrations. Thank you very much. And now I will introduce our next speaker. And our next speaker is Mansi Koradia. She is a self-love coach. Her own journey of self-acceptance and self-healing and self-love and have been beautifully enriching for her. The past involved working in the corporate world and having her own venture. The present is all about introducing people to the magic within themselves. The modalities she uses is inner child work, mirror work, past life healing, EFT, and meditation. Mansi, it's your time to share with us today.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Can you hear me now?
Yes, Mansi, we can hear you very well.
Hi, thank you. Thank you, Alina. And hi, everybody else. Well, thank you so much for this has been a long presentation. So thank you so much for hanging around. And it's
You're
exciting
welcome.
to be here. Yes, and it's been a wonderful talk about mind and body and how everything goes in sync. Like you can't separate any from the other. And to add to it, and this is one of my favorite topics, which I love talking about, is our emotions. And I love saying that only dead people don't have emotions. The fact that we have emotions means that we are alive. And and for me, emotions, I think, are so important because they are our guiding systems. Our emotions show us what we are experiencing. If we are sad and our thoughts become sad, our emotions actually tell us that, oh, we're not feeling good about it. We don't like this. And if you pay attention, you will actually feel that emotion somewhere in your body. The same goes for anger. The same goes for happiness. The same goes for excitement. And the same goes for every other emotion that you can think of. They all live in our body, and if you pay attention to it, we can experience it in our body. Now, why are these emotions important? Because, see, in our head, thoughts arise and they go. You know, in a day, we have millions of thoughts that come to us. Now, who decides, or how do we pay attention to certain thoughts? And we don't pay attention to certain thoughts. Certain thoughts just come and go, and certain thoughts stay with us, sometimes for minutes, for hours, and sometimes even for days. Now, why is that? Because, and those thoughts could be negative, positive, what we label them. I'm not going to label them, but just the knowledge that some thoughts stay with us and some thoughts come and they go. Now, why? How does that happen? What decides which thoughts will stay and which thoughts will not? It's emotions. So when a thought comes to you and your emotions come up for that thought, say, for example, a thought comes with me of how somebody in a store smiled at me and complimented me for my dress. And the emotion that comes up, oh, wow, I felt so good about it. So now what has happened is that thought, instead of flowing, has struck a wall. And then the more emotions you add to it, the more that thought will build on. Is everybody with me on this? I want to make sure everybody understands this.
Yes.
Someone tell me a yes or a no. Awesome, wonderful, awesome. So now, and the same applies for anything. Like, for example, you think about about 20 years back, somebody was rude to me, you know, and when the thought comes in, feelings of resentment or anger or something starts creeping up. And the more those emotions creep up, the more those thoughts stay longer. The wall that the thought hits become thicker. And then those thoughts stay with us. Those emotions fester and those thoughts fester. Now, and then we label them as good or bad. But none of this is good or bad. It doesn't have to be good or bad if we understand what they are doing. We are so when we label stuff, you have judged it, and when you've judged it, you're no longer curious about it. You're no longer wondering, why did this happen? What led this to happen? Why is this not happening, and why is it happening this way? Too many whys. I understand that. I'm going to make it more I'm going to make it have more sense. For example, if we label anger as bad, okay, and when we get angry, instead of wondering and questioning, oh, why did I get angry? What triggered this anger? What was anger trying to do in this case? What was I trying to achieve by being angry? We are no longer curious by these emotions. And being curious of these emotions is important because that is what holds the thoughts in our head. And then those thoughts affect everything in our life. Imagine, have you ever seen somebody with resentful thoughts be happy? Have you ever seen anybody with poverty thoughts rich? Have you ever seen anybody with joyous thoughts poor or sad? It doesn't happen because your emotions steer the way your thoughts go. They add fuel to your thoughts, and your thoughts design the way of your life. And emotions and thoughts go hand in hand. So today I would invite you to leave all the labels that you have given your emotions, drop them off, and for a minute right now, become curious about these. If I say joy, for a minute, feel where in your body do you feel that emotion? When I say fear, feel where in your body do you feel that emotion? Is it in your gut? Is it in your heart? When I say anger, where does anger reside in your body? Is it on your throat? Where? And once you identified where these emotions stay in your body, once you've studied these emotions, you become aware about these emotions. And now what happens? These emotions don't suddenly just creep up. You know, they don't, you just don't suddenly become joyous. You don't suddenly just become excited. You don't just suddenly become resentful. Your body gets these signs. You can feel it happening if you pay attention to you. So now when you have studied your emotions, you can see, oh, see, I can feel this happening in my gut. I'm getting anxiety. Oh, I can feel this happening in my throat. I'm getting angry. And then you can pause and you can ask yourself, do I want to be angry for this right now? Or is there another way I can react to it? And that gives you that distance, that separation from your thoughts, your emotions. And it also allows you to decide what you want to feel, what thoughts you want to have. And that will also decide directly or indirectly what kind of life you will live, what kind of body you will have. And so paying attention to emotion makes us aware about them, makes us aware of when they're creeping up on us. And then they don't catch us unaware. We can be aware about it. And these emotions, we are so busy running away from these emotions. You know, oh, I don't want to suffer. And so I will not feel my sadness. I will not feel my anger. I will not feel my resentment. I will not feel any of these things. We are so busy running away that we run away from even joy, from excitement, from happiness. We don't live any of these emotions very fully. I mean, and when you don't live, experience any of these emotions fully, you're so busy suppressing them. And when you suppress them, where do they go and sit? In our body. And then what happens to our body? I have a hand there. My hand is paining. My back is paining. My body is not functioning the way it should. And so it's very important to acknowledge your emotions, to be curious about them, to study them, and not treat them as an enemy, but as a friend. Because they are guiding you towards what feels good, what does not feel good. If there is a lot of unhappiness in you, it's a guidance that, oh, something needs to change in my life. I need to pay attention to what's causing me unhappiness, and let's shift it. If there is joy, if you're experiencing joy or excitement, it's telling you, oh, I like this. Let's do more of this. And there's nothing wrong to feel sad. There's nothing wrong to feel happy. There's nothing wrong to feel resentful. There's nothing wrong to be anxious. There's nothing wrong to feel guilty. There's nothing wrong to feel joy. There's nothing wrong to feel abundant. These are our friends, and we are here to experience it. Is when we suppress it, when we refuse to acknowledge it. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
We're hearing you. We're hearing you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. And that's why it's important to understand our emotions, and then also decide knowingly what emotion are we committing ourselves to. We're always committing to something, knowingly or unknowingly. So take a minute and think, what emotion have you spent most of your time in the last few months? And that's the emotion you are committed to. So now, knowingly, with full awareness, decide what emotion would you like to commit to. Remind yourself every day, okay, right now I'm feeling sad, and I'm committing to joy. And so I'm going to allow myself to feel this sadness for the next 10 minutes. But then I'm going to go back to feeling joy. So instead of pushing it away, let's embrace our emotions. Because once we embrace our emotions, they will give energy, they will give fuel to the thoughts that we have. And those thoughts steer our life. So do we have time now? Or I don't want to cross over because I know that we've already crossed the time that we've set for ourselves. So Andrea or Elena, do we have time? Can I open the floor for any question and answers if anybody would like to have?
Yes, let's set maybe 10 minutes for everyone to ask questions from the speakers. Yes.
Awesome. So anybody has any questions to ask me? I know this is a little interesting topic, a little different, and that's why.
Yes, it is. Let me see in the chat if anybody has any questions. Where do you feel emotions in your body?
So let's do this, okay? If you want to do it, I'm sorry, my video went away. So let's do this. I am going to name emotions, and for a minute, think about it. What happens in your body when you're feeling those emotions? Our emotions, our thoughts, and our body are connected. They go hand in hand, you know? They feed on each other. Your thoughts feed on your emotions. Your emotions, once your thoughts have hit the wall of emotions, you will build on the same thoughts, and it affects your body. So let's for a minute. I'm going to name these emotions and let's see where you feel them. Okay. And you can unmute yourself and tell me. That would be fun, actually. Let's do that. I would invite everybody to unmute yourself and tell me where you feel these. Okay, anxiety. Where do you feel it in your body?
In the gut.
Right. There is no right or wrong answer. Sorry. But yeah,
I feel it
it's
in
a
my
gut
chest
feeling.
sometimes.
Yes, in your chest. Okay.
Yeah, it's in my chest as well.
So see, now you know where you feel anxiety normally. Joy. Where do you feel joy in your body?
I kind of feel it vibrate through my entire body. It's like it's coming out of the pores, to be honest.
Okay. I feel joy. Again, I feel joy more mainly in my entire body, and I can't just stay. Like I have my body, like see right now. Like there's so much energy in me. I have to move.
When I feel joy, I just want to move and to dance and
Yes.
to be a bee.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's whole body again.
Movement.
Yes, whole body again.
It
Yes.
is associated with movements.
It's yes.
Mm.
And okay, let's say fear. Where do you feel fear?
Heart.
Yes.
I feel my heart pounding.
Okay. I feel it in my heart too. I can feel actually my heart, just kind of closing up.
Yeah.
I'm becoming small.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere in my stomach.
Okay. Where do you feel? Okay, so why don't somebody else throw an emotion? Okay, where do you feel peace? I'm going to call peace an emotion.
Okay.
It feels like it starts in my heart, but it's another full body emotion. It starts to just move through the body.
Yeah, I agree with that. I feel the same, Amanda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel peace in my head right now. Like it starts from here for me, from my head. So this is what I'm talking about. Become curious about your emotions. Play with them. We are born with emotions, and we are going to die with these emotions. So why not? And they're there with us. They're our guiding systems. They're showing us. They're telling us. Oh my God, I love this. I don't like this. This is not good. What do we do now? They're talking to us this way. So let's make them our friends, and let's study them. Let's stay with them so that they can become our superpower, instead of spending all our time in pushing it away and not trying to experience them, in labeling them. What would you like to do with your emotions? I'm asking you a question.
I like to write when I'm feeling super overwhelmed. I just write it all out. So I like to journal.
That's fantastic.
There is one
Yeah.
question. I will read it. Who decides what thoughts are more important than other?
Who decides that thoughts are more important than other? You decide what thoughts are more important than other. Let me give an example. 2 days back, I read some news about some laws that are coming in force from 1st of September, and I was very upset by 2 of those laws. And I chose to feel terrible and sad about it. And I gave myself 1 day, for 1 day, I'm going to grieve about those new laws that are going to come. But after that 1 day is over, I'm going to not grieve anymore. But I gave myself that time to feel sad about those new laws that are going to come in and are going to affect my life directly and indirectly. So I did not run away. I did not say, oh, no. I acknowledged. You acknowledge what you're going through, and you decide what thoughts are important for you. Nobody else gets to decide what thoughts are important for you. Only you get to decide, because this is your thoughts, your emotions, and your life. And that is true freedom. When you get to choose, when you can willingly choose what emotion you choose to embrace, that is true freedom. What thoughts you choose to embrace. Is there everybody with me on this?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. I was asking that, so thank you very much for your profound answer, Mansi.
Yes. a lot of people think, oh, we should not be sad. Grief is not good for you. But these things are a part of your life. You have to acknowledge it. You have to give it time. And so give yourself that gift of time. Be kind to yourself. If you're angry, give yourself those 2 minutes to feel that anger and then decide after those 2 minutes to create a shift. If you are sad, give yourself that kindness of 10 minutes to feel sad about it and then create that shift. If it the problem when you don't do this is we all want to feel joy and happiness. But if we have never tried living those emotions, we cannot experience only joy and happiness. We can't just pick from this entire gamut of emotions that we experience. If we'll only experience these two emotions fully and the others we will not. That is not how it works. To experience one emotion, you have to have the courage to experience all the emotions, even for 1 minute, completely and truly. And then once you've experienced it, you are in sync with them. And then the hold that they have on you of keeping you hostage reduces, because now you studied them. Now you know how it feels to experience it. And then eventually you can pick and choose that, okay, I know I could feel sad right now, but I do not choose to feel sad, and I choose to feel interested about it. So see, you have the ability now to choose what you want to choose. And that is the true freedom.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
thank
think
you very much. Yeah.
I think my takeaways from everyone, if you don't mind, my takeaways from everyone is just that your feelings are so valid. That's such important information to know that your feelings are valid. And there's a really powerful quote that I heard where it says, you have to feel your feelings until they no longer require your attention. So like Mansi just said, we always want to reach for those levels of joy and happiness, but you have to sit with what you're feeling and allow yourself to experience that for just a temporary time. And that's how we get through.
Yes, you summed it up beautifully.
Yeah.
Who else would like
Yes.
to share aha moments from today?
Before, can I just sum it up in a minute, if you don't mind, Elena?
Yes, sure. Mhm.
Yes. And so as parting, I would like to leave you with this story or with this awareness that I will invite you all to pay attention to what emotion have you been committing to so far. And to know that is by paying attention to what you've been feeling so far. And then choose to decide, okay, I have been committing to this emotion, but now with full awareness, choose what emotion you want to commit to. And I love this story that I would like to share. It's a very small story, but let me. So this guy sitting in a restaurant, and a woman comes to him and tells him, I have a sick baby. Can you please give me $100? And that guy gives her $100. And then a few minutes later, the owner of the restaurant comes out and tells him, you know, right, that woman was lying. There is no sick child, and you lost your $100. And that guy says, wow, there is no sick child? That's the best news ever. He could have paid attention to the $100 lost or no sick child. But what did he pay attention to? And that is where true freedom lies, in giving ourselves the liberty. What do we pay attention to? And our emotions, our thoughts, our everything around us is a journey towards that. What will we choose to pay attention to? So I would invite you all to become curious as to what are you paying attention to? What are you feeling? And with that, I would ask all of you to hug yourself, because you're the most important person over here. And feel that hug. And thank you so much for allowing me a platform over here and listening to me.
Thank you so much, Mansi. Was great to listen to you today. And yes, we have so many reasons to be grateful, and this is all what we put attention to. Just that fact that we live on this earth, and it was just a miracle. Yes, so many we can find the reasons every day, every morning, what we have already that happened and what we want to happen. We can start our day, be grateful for everything in our life. Thank you everyone who participated, all the speakers and all the guests. I'm sure that everyone took some knowledge and some wisdom and some very important aha moments, and this information will impact your life, of course, if you implement. Yes, if you start control your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions. And today we learned that all our results in life are just reflections of our vibrations and of our thoughts and what we allow ourselves to have in our conscious and subconscious mind. And we will see you next time in a month on
Girls,
our
the
next.
doggies are coming in 10 minutes. Let's clean up. Come on, come on, come on. TV band karo.
We don't see your video. Yes, and if anybody wants to share aha moments, just 1-2 minutes. If anybody want to share, you just can on the microphone. Tell us what are your takeouts today. I will read from Joan. It was a pleasure being here and sharing with you all. GST colleagues, apologies on the PP hiccups. Laptop suddenly became problematic. That happens. Yes, we also appreciate Joanna to share today with us. And Amanda wrote, thank you to everyone for sharing such powerful information today. Andrea wrote, all of you are an amazing speakers, so much value. Amazing wisdom to feel one positive emotion fully. You need to experience all the range of emotions. Be friend with your emotions. Amazing, thank you. Yes, thank you very much for all the speakers and all who were with us today. And see you next time in our next event for global speakers. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Take care.